The metallic clanging usually lulled me to sleep. It was the rhythm of my lab, the heart beating within its steel cage. Tonight, though, the clang was dissonant, jagged, a scream in the night. I woke with a jolt, my heart thudding against my ribs like a trapped bird. My workbench, usually a sanctuary of wires and schematics, was a scene of chaos. A single chilling note was scrawled across a sheet of metal, smeared with something that looked disturbingly like blood, but smelt of ozone and cold steel. Flesh turns to steel, your betrayal's echo shall consume. Before I could even process the words, the door to my lab burst open, splintering against the wall. Braxton Mueller stood there, his face contorted in a grotesque mask of pain, his eyes burning with an unnatural crimson light. What was left of his arm was a horrifying parody of flesh and metal. It twitched and spasmed, his veins glowing with an eerie luminescence. The werewolf suit. My God! "Greta," he rasped, his voice a mangled mix of human and machine. "You never anticipated this, did you?" I scrambled back, heart hammering against my ribs. "Braxton, what have you done?" A high-pitched whine emanated from the suit, metal groaning as it pulsed with dark energy. He snarled, a terrifying, inhuman sound. My revenge, my masterpiece. I knew what Braxton was meant to be, a pioneer, a visionary, but his work became twisted, obsessed, fueled by a desperation that mirrored that growing darkness in his eyes. He sought to replicate the primal power of the wolf, to bridge the gap between man and machine. "The werewolf suit," I choked out, trying to find my voice beneath the oppressive weight of my fear. You're not human anymore." He laughed, a rasping, metal-edged sound that echoed through the lab. "Beneath this steel, there is still a heart, Greta, a heart that beats with fury, a heart that requires a reflection." My blood ran cold. "What are you saying? You betrayed me, Greta. You cast me aside, ridiculed my work." Braxton's voice was a digitized hiss now, distorted by the suit's amplification. "Now, you shall experience the price of betrayal. We shall dance together in this abyss, you and I." Panic surged through me as Braxton lunged. I escaped, running blindly through the lab, my mind racing to find a way out, to break the curse I could feel crawling under my skin. My own flesh felt cold, clammy, alien. In the back room, I found Braxton's research journals. Strange scrawls on grimy sheets painted a gruesome picture. Twisted experiments, creatures half machine, half animal, their eyes filled with a horrifying primal rage. They stared out at me, their silent accusation echoing in the desolate silence of the lab. He wasn't just trying to become a monster, he was trying to create a reflection. He craved connection, a mirror to share his burden. The moonlight flowed through a shattered window, casting an ethereal red glow over the chaos. I felt it then, the curse taking hold. Twisted muscles, a searing cold that chilled me to the bone, my senses sharpening to an excruciating degree. I found Braxton in his demolished lab, the air thick with the scent of ozone and fear. His suit pulsed, a grotesque beacon of power, its form contorted, more beast than man. He snarled, his voice a guttural growl. "You can't escape me, Greta. We are one now." I didn't fight back. My mind was reeling, but I understood. Braxton wasn't angry. He was desperate. I looked into his glowing eyes, and I saw not a monster, but a broken soul, a man consumed by his own loneliness. His hand reached out, not to attack, but to connect. "We," he whispered, his voice a broken echo. "We are both the monsters we were meant to be." The world spun, the metallic tang of his blood mingling with mine. Our bodies merged, flesh and steel twisting together, in a horrifying symphony of broken dreams and twisted desires. In his embrace I found not death, but a chilling, terrifying reflection.